time for Shakeup on WEFM 99.9.
It's 25 minutes on to the hour of 11 a.m. You're locked on to the Clean Fred Sound with FM 99.9. Welcome to our Shakeups program. Today's Shakeup scripture reading we're taking from Psalm 75 verses 1 to 3. Play my cause, O Lord, with them that strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me. Take hold of shield and buckler, and stand up for my help. Draw out also the spear, and stop the way against them that persecute me. Say unto my soul, I am thy salvation. That's your scripture reading. Your Shakeup scripture reading taken from Psalms 35 verses 1 to 3. You're locked on to the Clean Fred Sound with FM 99.9. Remember to call. The numbers to call again, 457-9997. The numbers to call again, 457-9997. Also to be interactive on WhatsApp. The numbers to call or text, 457-9997. Today's Shakeup host will be hosted by Mr. Augustine Ferdinand and Mr. Michael Charles.
Thank you very much, Richie. Good morning to you and good morning to the listeners of WEFM. Greetings to those of you who are also joining us via Star Radio, Garifuna Radio, those of you who are also joining us on social media on WEFM 99.9 of Facebook page. The many of you who are listening in the diaspora in the US of A, in Canada, the United Kingdom, and across the continent of Europe. Our many students around the world, wherever you are this morning or this evening, more or less, whether you're in Australia, Taiwan, Turkey, Morocco, Cuba, Mexico, across the various advanced tertiary institutions in the Caribbean. And the many of you this morning, it's a Friday, I know. I think this is Black Friday sale going on.
Yes,
Black Friday sale.
Yes.
So many persons will be busy, whether at courts, getting their new appliance or looking at some other furniture that they may want to add to a room. But wherever you are this morning, pleasant morning to you. As usual, we wrap up the week, and in studio with us is none other than the good brother and friend, Mr. Michael Charles, aka the Commissioner. Charles, good morning.
Pleasant good morning, Fody. Pleasant good morning. Good morning, Richie, and good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's always good to be on the Clean Fresh Sound of WEFM. As usual, I'd just like to big up retired Station Sergeant Jackson in Mespo, Karen Sharps, Miss Duncan, Miss Kingston Park, still in the market, Miss Murphy, Monica, Sister Jacobs, Bethel, Joan Chang, Miss Harold, Lavon, and my friend, my neighbor, Miss Jack. We have our good friend Barbara Vanny in the US, Camrick in the UK, Bristol, Uncle Sam, my good friend Hopi out in Carre, Charge Up Mason, Raja at the Leeward Bus Terminal, and not forgetting our good friend and brother, Stephen Razor. It's an interactive program. You keep it safe and we'll take it from there.
Yes. Well, like I said, it's a Friday, and you use it to more or less wrap up the week. Of course, last week, Saturday, we saw the opening of the Holiday Inn Express Hotel, and that is at Diamond Era. And you had many persons in attendance. The Diamond Era, as many will see now, is transformed from a pasture, or where some persons used to dump the garbage, to now a commercial era.
A tidy cattle.
Yes. And one of the things mentioned there with the 93-room hotel is that it is an international brand. That's very important. Huh?
Very.
Because once you're already international, it means that you have a particular clientele, you're established. And therefore, persons who usually use your establishment. And that's one of the things they continue to try to do, is to continue to keep you more or less using the established hotels that they have, the chains. And it is not too far from the airport.
Right.
Also, given if you have athletes who come in, or sporting professionals, as a matter of fact, speaking of sporting professionals already, the hotel is already booked as possible. Now we have cricket here in December.
Yes.
And I think I already see different advertisements on social media reminding persons that we're going to have cricket here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in next month. And therefore, with that taking place, we already have the Holiday Inn Express hotel housing those players. Of course, you have Bangladesh and West Indies who will play here, but they, of course, will be staying at that particular hotel, and is booked for December, January period. And obviously, given 93 rooms, it has also, and the type of hotel it is, it has a fitness center, it has a swimming pool, and you also have a wonderful aesthetic conference room, along with the perimeter, the outer perimeter outside the building itself. Those who did the gardening and the like, it's really well put together. And therefore, that hotel will house or accommodate those players who will play for the matches scheduled for December 15th, December 17th, and also December 19th. And all of those matches will be played at the upgraded Annesville Stadium.
Yes.
Importantly, and Charlie, you would know of this, but for those of you who live Stubbs and live in Diamond area and proximity, remember the contractors who more or less had oversight over the entire project, NH company and NH International. And that company is right above the building, the building is right above the hotel, right at the main road. And that building, because the project is now completed, that building will be used as the new police station in that vicinity. So the building persons will know there's a big sign marked NH in the corner just above the hotel.
Yes.
That is what they occupied. Persons will know that the police station is in the corner in a more or less a housing unit, an apartment, the Stubbs.
Yes.
So the new police station will now be in that building, which was used by NH International. And of course, that will help beef up security in that area and proximity, and you have the businesses and the like. So that is what will happen. Also, I want to take the opportunity to make mention and to congratulate all the nominees for Youth Awards.
Yes.
They had the ceremony going through the process on Wednesday, and the chairman, Mr. Ansel Lachman, went into detail, as I said yesterday, that all persons nominated were nominated by external nominators. So no one from the council actually nominated anyone. You had persons outside of the Youth Advisory Council, professionals in different fields, who nominated the various nominees. Of course, voting is out, and you can visit the Youth Advisory Council website and vote for the person you think should go forward in more or less receiving the different awards. And for those of you who may want to know, the website is pmacy.gov.vc. That's pmacy.gov.vc. That's the link or the address to the website to vote. And the public will engage in this first round in voting for who they think is best or who they prefer to vote for. And then the second round of voting will be done by auditors and different experts also in the field. And therefore the tally for both the voting from the first round plus the voting by the auditors will come together, and then a winner in the different categories will be decided upon. So again, congratulations to all of them. Jal, I don't know if you have anything to say on that.
No, I say that is a great initiative, and it's always good when young people can expect and look forward to expect these awards and so on. So I think on behalf of, on the part of the council, it's a real great good initiative.
Yes, I know there's a one on security, and you have a few police officers
Yes.
who are nominated. One of the things I told someone, I said, and those of you listening, is that normally we have the cultural ambassadors, we have the sporting ambassadors, and normally persons who receive these honors.
I see Charlene Lewis saying on Facebook Live that there's no sound. So our technician
we'll check that out. Thanks. Is that I notice normally we have persons who are sports ambassadors or cultural ambassadors, and they are usually youthful. We also have scholars. We have our national scholars, and we have persons who excel academically, who receive, different awards, tuition and scholarships and the like. But outside of that, you don't really see awards for other persons in different fields, whether it may be in the creative arts. Yes, you normally have best of SVG, but that's also a bit limited as well. So you find other ways to give recognition to persons who doing exceptionally well in the contribution to St. Vincent and Grenadines in different fields. I know in other countries, even Jamaica and elsewhere, you have national youth awards and the like. So I really and truly want to again congratulate all the nominees. Obviously, you can only have a winner in each category, but at the end of the day, the mere fact that you're nominated says a lot.
Yeah.
And really and truly want to congratulate all those nominated in the respective fields. Now, we know, Charlo, that we experienced torrential rainfall.
Yeah.
And I understand that this weekend, I looked, and this weekend we are expected to get some more. So those of you who are listening, please make sure you drain clear. Yeah. We have a little bit of sun out this morning. Try and clear that drain in front of you that full with bush and garbage for a while now. You know, try to do that. Because it is anticipated that we'll actually experience some torrential rainfall this weekend. And John, another thing I'll want to mention, the OECS Swimming Championship and St. Vincent, we did pretty okay. And I want to also big them up because they did well. They did pretty well, and things can only get better.
Definitely.
In that regard. Now, Sunday, as you know, the Unity Labour Party will be having its convention at the Bethel High School of St. Paul's Cannon Park Secondary School.
Yes.
Last week, Thursday, the party had its national council at Russell's Auditorium. And normally, you have the membership of the party, the rank and file, who, of course, come out and continue to show their solid support. For convention, you have the different delegates of the party who will also come out in their numbers. Elections will be held, and you will, of course, hear from the political leader of the party. And the theme is Labour is working. Labour is working and forward to a sixth term. And no one cannot say that the government ain't working. You can't say that. You hear some persons say that being in office for over 23 years, there are those who sort of expect government to be tired. But all that you see going on around you is sign to show that the government continues to be active and visionary. And it's not slowing down. It ain't tired, because the government continues to work on behalf of the Jalo. Being in office since 2001,
Yes.
we've experienced a lot of challenges, like real challenges.
Real challenges. That's a fact.
Those of you listening, and good morning to you, Dr. Gittins. I see she's on the live, Audrey. And I know you really and truly wish you could be there it. But don't worry, you'll be there with us still, nonetheless. You'll be there with us still, nonetheless. But we've had serious challenges. I mean, in 2001, you had the terrorist attack in the United States. And because of that, you have the introduction of all these measures, security measures and rules, where now once you travel, you're looked at, skeptically.
Definitely.
Yeah. About you had an economic crisis. Persons should not forget also Storm Lily. I think that was when the government came to office, that was the first major storm that it experienced. So you had the storm and then you had the economic crisis. And the economic crisis really and truly resulted in increased unemployment, not just in St. Vincent and Grenadines, but around the world, slow down in economic activity, of course. Nobody really lending any money because things tight. I'm talking about the challenges, huh?
Yes.
And while all that was going on, the government of St. Vincent and Grenadines was still building new schools, was building the modern medical diagnostic center. In 2008, August 2008, the turning of the soil for the building of the Argyle International Airport. It's starting building a massive project like that. At a time also when the world was going through economic crisis. Yeah. And we also saw the floods 2010. Remember his Gao who had this song Georgetown Mash Up.
It's a group from
Mash Up, Water Muddy. Yeah, not Gao. Trying to remember the name. I think it was a group of young men.
Yes.
And then, not too long after that again, you can't forget Black Sagatoka disease. And that affected bananas. New sensation, yes. Thanks, man. Of course, before that, you had to deal with Millibog. And then, I think we have a call coming in. Let's say the call. Greetings, caller.
Good morning, my comrades.
Yes, good morning. Greetings.
And greetings to both of you.
There's a feedback in the background.
Okay.
All right. Much better
How
now.
is it?
Yes, much better now.
Okay.
Great.
As you know who I am, I can establish myself.
Sure, go
I
ahead.
am I am one of the warriors from Western Church. And I'm calling to give you the names of the vans that are going to be transported the comrades to the convention on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. sharp from the destination. We are going to start with the van Gus from Gumi. That van will be starting from Welcome up in Gumi, Belair, and Fountain. You got it?
Yes.
So you might want to repeat it after. Okay?
Yes.
So that's Welcome, Gumi,
And Fountain.
Belair, and Fountain. You're going to have another van will be starting from Belmont. That van is HT and the number is 225 and it is a gray van. That van will commence at Belmont at 8 a.m. down to Fairburn Pasture and to Fountain and head to Villa Road and Annisville.
Okay.
You got that one clearly?
Yes.
Okay. The other one, the van is HA34. The color of that van is gold. That van will be starting from Dorchester Hill, Queens Drive, and head all the way down to Upper Cane Hall, better known as Bumble. So I'm asking all the comrades to get out on Sunday morning sharp with all your red hats, red flags, red t-shirts, and we are going to paint Camden Park like the Red Sea. And I'm asking all of them to try to be early. We made a very big move because our committee is now firing on 8 cylinders. And we had a meeting last night, and we have developed this process. There will be a lot of food, a lot of drinks, and we will take care of them. And I'm asking all my comrades, come out in your number. Bring a friend, bring a family, bring a husband, bring the wife, and come out and listen to what is happening. There will be a very, very good meeting because the PM will be, and we are going to know exactly what is going on within the party and what is going to happen in the future.
Yes.
We have an excellent government, and we are going to stand behind the government, and we are going to try to have them retain office again. You know what you have, but you don't know what you're going to get.
True.
And the grass is never always green on the other side. And this is a very serious matter here. You know, when you're dealing with political science, you know, you have to always think about policies. Policies is very important when you are involved in politics. The government is doing with its policy that he had promised the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, all citizens. And those who can see will see. Those who can hear will hear. And I said to all of Vincent, smell the roses. And if I was the opposition, I looked at people who are incarcerated and politically incarcerated position in party for 20-something years. And I don't think that will ever get out from there, because the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines realize what this government is doing and the intention of the government.
Yes. Thank you.
If we make a mistake and bring the opposition back into power here, the stagnation that we're going to be seeing and having, it will be very devastating to the country and to the citizens of this country.
Yes.
So I'm begging the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, stick with what you have. If your car running good, don't change it.
Thank
Keep
you.
it. And you all have a wonderful
Yes, man.
day.
You too, Basil. Thank
That's my
you.
brother.
Blessed love. Yes, there's Basil Weeks out of St. George. So we'll take a short commercial break. It's now 5 minutes past off 11 o'clock. A bit overtime there, but sorry about that. And then we'll return with the program.
Yes.
WEFM 99.9.
The flavor nice, it's locally made. Affordable price, Lord, up to $3 retail. When you see we line it, with the red and white case, show me what you like it. It's cigarette from Empire. Holdings Limited, it's cigarette from Empire. Holdings Limited, with over 60 years experience. Hold the best tobacco, best ingredients. Yeah. This This is your boy Luther say, support local, buy your cigarettes from Empire Holdings Limited. 10 cigarettes in a pack for up to $3 retail. Remember, smoking is not for minors.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Ready, set, serve. Singer, your favorite family store is now online. Log on today at www.singersvg.com and enjoy our store and products right at your fingertips. Now online are your trusted gas freezers, gas cookers to toasters, air fryers, mattresses, living room sets, and so much more. Browse our products, check the specs, compare brands and prices, and request parts all online. We have also made bill payments easier, more convenient, and simpler just for you. Log on to www.singersvg.com to learn more. Singer, your family company is keeping up with you and the times. Visit our website today and experience a whole new world of Singer, your trusted online family company.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases. So you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Do you spin a dial to make a call on your rotary phone from the 60s?
No.
Are you driving an unreliable made in the 1900s?
Of course not.
Are you still fiddling with an antenna to get good signal on your black and white television from the 20s?
Really?
Then why are you still stuck in the past, sitting on an unintelligent 1930s design toilet? That's right, 1930s design. What does your bathroom say about you? Don't get left behind. The future is now. Be smart. Be progressive. Get yourself a smart toilet seat or a complete toilet today. You can visit the My Smart Toilet Seat office on the 3rd floor of the Blue Corner building opposite the old Anglican School on Bay Street. Our smart toilets are also available throughout St. Vincent at retail outlets with the flags. For more information, you can call us at 457-1703 or visit our website, justwashit.vc.
This Sunday, everybody's heading to Camden Park.
Why?
What you mean why? Sunday's Labor Convention. The theme, Labor is working. Forward to a 6th term. The Unity Labor Party will host our 26th National Convention on Sunday at the Camden Park Secondary School. So all constituencies organize your delegates now. Registration starts at 8:30 a.m. and the open session begins at 9:30. We'll hear from our party officials and a special address from political leader, one and only world boss, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph E. Gonzalez. In the afternoon, witness the election of key positions, chairman, deputy chairman, political leader, and deputy political leader. Free transportation and food for all constituencies. Form up Labor Army this Sunday, November 24th. We're painting Camden Park red. United, strong, one Labor. March out. Coming in stronger than ever.
WEFM 99.9, home of quality programming. A source of reliable news and information. Home of legendary voices and music. WEFM 99.9, the clean fresh sound. Visit us online at www.999wefm.com or call 457-9994. WeFM 99.9, the clean first sound.
99.9, the heart and soul of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. WeFM is SVG.
So yes, we are back in studio of WFM. I am your host, Augustine Ferdinand, and in studio with me is none other than the good friend and brother, Mr. Michael Charles. So, of course, when we come in closer to the end of the program, we'll, of course, mention the vans
Yes.
For Western Georgia. And those of you who are listening who also would like to send in your vans, you can do so here as well on the program. So, we were mentioning the many different challenges. And we looked at the 2013 floods, for example. And then after that, we also saw the rising cost of oil. We also saw the pandemic, which also resulted in serious economic slowdown around the world. We experienced additional storms and floods, the eruptions of La Soufrière. Yes, the eruptions, correct. Because it wasn't just one eruption.
Yes. You had over 30-something eruptions.
Yeah, 32 eruptions.
Explosive eruptions, yes.
You could imagine that. Sometimes, you see, this goes to show you how labor is working, you know. Yeah. The mere fact that within a few months, everything seems so normal, calm. Yeah. I mean, it takes a very good government to be able to respond and hold things so well. Hold things together so well. Because it happened in April. By June, July, things felt normal. Place was busy. Commercial business and activity continued. Versus the students did the exams. The education continued. Delivery of education. So we have another call coming in, 457-9997. Greetings, caller.
Welcome to Shakeup.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Greetings.
Mr. Ferdinand. I'm just calling to share my views on something that happened last night. My sister have her only cattle in the Peniston area, ready to have calf anytime now. And somebody last night thief it and sell it, cut out his belly and leave the guts on the ground with the calf inside. And it's not the first time they're doing her that. Earlier in the year, they chop up her, sell her, thief her husband only cattle. And they have some butchers who normally buy the meat from the guys, and they know they don't have stock to sell. And that is totally unfair.
It is.
You know, and leave the cattle they have just now, whether all next week or sometime, and they just cut out the belly and leave the guts aground with the calf inside it and sell the meat. And it's not the first time, because the thief want for meat to and sell it, and the butcher and them know that the guys don't have any cattle and they just keep buying them. And that is unfair.
It is.
Yes, it is. I can imagine the pain, because that money, I'm quite sure, you're looking forward to, especially Christmas coming around the corner.
You understand, sir? It's unfair because my father died and leave the cattle on them for us. And now it's the fourth one. They just thieving them and the butcher and them just buying them, and for next not one know that they have no stock, and that is totally unfair. Come on.
Yes. But a report was already made, though.
Yes,
okay,
because the police went there and everything like that.
Okay, good.
All right.
Thank you. Sorry that you have
You're
to.
welcome.
You and your siblings have to go through that. Sorry
You
about
know,
that.
it's very hard anyway. I'll be down there on Sunday, really. I'm a labor rights, and you understand.
All right, comrade. All right, don't make that
Six
keep
in
you
a
down.
row coming up.
That's
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's really sad. I know one of the things, and the police, I know they're cracking down on this because anyone, you don't even have to be a butcher. Once you purchase and it can be shown that you purchased stolen meat, you also have to answer to that.
Yes.
You know, and this sort of thing we have to continue to preach so that it would deter that sort of behavior. I mean, people, you know, the amount of investment you make to feed another thing, to fatten your animal, only for people to come and thief it. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man.
Really hard.
You know? But as the comrade sister also said, she'll be down there at Cannon Park Secondary School Sunday. So these challenges that we experience, the eruptions of Lassafre, Hurricane Beryl, you have torrential rainfall resulting in landslide and floods.
Yes.
I mean, and for the government to respond so well shows you that it is indeed working. It is proactive, it is active, and it is working. And Sister Audrey said, jail them for a long time. I agree. Yeah, jail them for a long time. Yeah, people working hard and you take up, you watching people thing and then go and take it. No, man. You have to show an example. But even despite these challenges as well, Charles, we talk about diamond. There are significant investments, and I'm not now talking about the past 20 years or the past 15 years. I'm talking about since the last election.
Yes. Since 2020.
Since 2020. There are a series of investments that have taken place in the country, and in particular, diamond era.
That diamond is
that continues to show you how the country is moving forward, how the country is transforming for the better, and that labor is indeed working. One of the things, as you drive across the tarmac, of course, you have the Joshua Mall, and Hans King and his team at National Properties is a fantastic job in converting the old Iti Joshua Airport into a mall. And you have a lot of young entrepreneurs, different businesses in that vicinity, creating jobs for many persons and generating wealth. But the construction of the hospital, and you know, Charlo, I had to smile and chuckle. How many of you, those of you listening, those of you maybe on the farm, remember when the NDP said they're going to build a hospital? You remember that? You remember when they brought this rendition, this drawing, and place it on Facebook? And someone who played the game Farmville then realized, wait, they say in the hospital NDP say the green bill. How it looks so similar to the one I seen here in Farmville, boy. I had the same hospital in Farmville. And then that is how the whole thing became dubbed as Farmville Hospital. Yes. How many of you remember that? When the NDP said they're going to build it somewhere in Eastern Georgia, and up to today, nobody could tell you where. But one of the things that they said, you know, an NDP so bold-faced and so like, they said that labor thief the idea from them to build a hospital. And when I had to go into my archives and dig out this one with the Minister of Finance, who responded basically where he himself should have, you know, NDP is real foolishness, because we had this idea of building a hospital however long, and the NDP's own manifesto, you know, the Minister of Finance used the NDP's manifesto, to rubbish them I mean, it's a hell of a thing, but I want you to listen to this one by the Minister of Finance.
The Honorable Leader of the Opposition, since you want part of this, since you are a piece of this, he said, Madam Speaker, that he talked out of two sides of his mouth. He said that we only start to talk about hospital and healthcare project after the NDP start talking about hospital and healthcare project in 2010. You know who will prove him wrong? I go talk to you from the NDP manifesto of 2020. Said the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been talking about this for years since 2001. So if we've been talking about it since 2001, how we take the idea from you in 2010? How we take the idea from you in 2010? If your own manifesto say we talking about it for years. Hold on. Let me talk about your manifesto, Honorable Leader of the Opposition. 2015, New Democratic Party manifesto. The Farmville Hospital manifesto. The Honorable Minister of Sports said to the Leader of the Opposition while he was talking, he said, you go fund it through CBI. You heard when he said that. And he said maybe. The Honorable Leader of the Opposition said maybe he'll fund it through CBI. 2015 NDP manifesto. 2015 NDP manifesto. Hold on. A convenient and central site. NDP manifesto. Where a convenient and central site has been identified for the construction of a new modern hospital. Preliminary designs are in hand and funding is imminent. Funding is imminent in 2015. Hold on. In 2015, funding is imminent. But in 2020, 5 years after funding is imminent, we still do not have a modern hospital. This is why the NDP's plan for CBI is important. It will drive foreign investment to put money into building a new national hospital. In 2015, the funding was imminent. In 2020, CBI going to pay for it. And in 2023, maybe CBI going to pay for it.
That's why you really call a flip-flop party.
Yes.
So, the Minister of Finance used the NDP's manifesto to rubbish them, to show them that, look, what you guys talking there is nonsense. We didn't steal any idea from you. Your own manifesto admitted that the government have been talking about building a modern hospital for some time now. But it even gets worse. And this is how, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you know that you can't trust the NDP on anything that they say. So not only they lied about that, they can't tell you where they're going to put such a hospital or where they wanted to put it. But even worse, as the Minister of Finance said, in 2015, you tell me the funding is imminent. You know what imminent means? What imminent means? Pull out your dictionary. Google it. Or ask Siri. Yeah, just say Siri, what is imminent? Imminent means urgent. It's here. It's now. So in 2015, funding is imminent. In 2020, passport money go fund it. Don't worry, there's something sweet coming up next week, you know. After that, all those of you who may have been lukewarm to this passport thing, you will surely change your mind. So 2015 funding is imminent for the hospital. 2020, passport money going to pay for it. And last year now, maybe the passport money. Boy, what a transition from imminent funding
to maybe.
To maybe. Yes. And that is how you know you can't trust the NDP with anything that they say. They couldn't tell you where they're going to build it. It's a Farmville Facebook rendition. The funding go from imminent. What money go fund it? And how and all then can you really and truly want Those of you who thinking about chance, take those fellas seriously and trust them. But you know, the beauty about it is that even within the NDP, they know that they don't have what it takes to carry St. Vincent forward. They know that to know. As a matter of fact, they themselves also know that the party that can deliver is the Unity Labour Party because of our track record.
Definitely.
I mean, if you could build, and we saw where the Lars and even with the recent torrential rainfall, yes, water came up to the bridge, but it's still standing. Eh? How many persons who went out there hoping that they wash away? It's still standing, thanks to God.
Yes.
And sound engineering. You build the Raboka Bridge, you build the international airport, you build a modern port. What else Labour can do? Eh? What else Labour can do? Testimony to a track record of delivery. And now we are building a modern acute care hospital.
Yes.
Promised and being delivered to the people of St. Vincent and Grenadines. But don't worry now. You go hear from the Vice President himself. I mean, I could sit down here and tell you with the government because we're talking about 2022. No. But I agree. Let you listen to the Vice President of the NDP tell you the different projects, massive projects and programs, and the amount of cash injection the government will pump into the economy of St. Vincent and Grenadines in this term, instead of you hear it from me. How does that? Yeah, if I could get Leacock say it instead of me, it ain't better.
And he's not talking about the NDP.
Oh no, not at all. He's not talking about the NDP. So I want you to listen to this one.
Reveals at the time that the government is representing to us that this country is awash with money. $300 million in the back pocket, 200 in the short pocket, another 100 million in the far pocket, some in the hand, money just coming through the airs. We got 300 or something up this time last year and 400 or something. This magical highlighting of millions to blow people's mind, to give people the sense that we're good. Things not hard in St. Vincent after all. There's millions about. The Prime Minister, not to be outdone by his son, says that over the next 3 years, we're spending $600 million right the port. The guys them down in Bukaman to build the hotel. The Sandal, they're spending $500 million. NIS putting in $90 million up here. And we have hotels coming through A's. We have money up in North Windward. You know, lots of millions, 100 million stuff. You see, when they add it all up, we will end up spending about $3 billion over the next 3 years. Well, I've learned in politics to take the Prime Minister at his word. If he tells you so, believe him.
Yeah. You hear that? If the Prime Minister tells you so, you better believe him. Because what did I say? Put your pot on the fire.
Yes.
Yeah, man, you better believe him. So, like I said, I didn't have to tell you. All I had to do was play Leacock, and you know all the projects, and let me list them out. Because I wanted to look at, we're talking about labor is working. And why we must be happy as comrades and those of us who voted for the Unity Labour Party, why we must be happy and proud that we did so. Because look, Leacock said all that. I will list that. He talked about port.
Yes.
By next year, mid-June, that phase of the port is completed. Delivered. It be delivered for you the people. Sandals or open, employing hundreds of young people. Yeah? We make sure, and should the Minister of Finance approach them, the government, of course, took over the property and then sell it over to them. Another one that is delivered. What does he talk about? Holiday Inn. He said the LS, the investment. When we pay that?
Last Saturday.
Last Saturday. December, you're going to have full occupancy. Yeah? How we looking?
We're looking good.
We're looking good. So they said again, oh, Bramble, yeah, when Bramble was out at Manasville Stadium. He said, we're looking good, we're looking good. Yeah. You talk about up in North, we have a $40 million city fence project ongoing. Yeah? Well, you can say all these hundreds of millions. And he ended off by saying what?
Whenever the Prime Minister speaks.
If the Prime Minister says so.
Yeah, it's so.
You better believe him.
Definitely.
It is so. So, in NDP, you can't trust Friday. Man telling you funding is imminent. CBI Grey Fund hospital, then maybe. Can't trust it. But Leacock is saying, Prime Minister Gonzalez, if he tells you something, book it, show it will be done. And all those things, I play it again that you can hear before we take the break now. All those things that he mentioned there, they're either already delivered or being delivered.
Reveals at the time that the government is representing to us that this country is awash with money. $300 million in the back pocket, 200 in the short pocket, another 100 million in the far pocket, some in the hand, money just coming through the airs. We got 300 and something up to this time last year, and 400 and something. This magical highlighting of millions to blow people's mind, to give people the sense that we good. Things not hard in Simmons after all. There's millions about. The Prime Minister, not to be outdone by his son, says that over the next 3 years, we're spending $600 million right the port. The guys them down in Bokoman to building the hotel, the Sandal, they're spending $500 million. NIS putting in $90 million up here. And we have hotels coming through EAs. We have money up in North Windward. Lots of millions, 100 million stuff. You see, when they add it all up, we will end up spending about $3 billion over the next 3 years. Well, I've learned in politics to take the Prime Minister at his word. If he tells you so, believe him.
You better believe it.
Yes, I believe it.
Well, it's now 25 minutes to the hour of 12 o'clock here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We'll take a short commercial break and then resume with the program.
WEFM 99.9.
The flavor nice, it's locally made. Affordable price, Lord, up to $3 retail. When you see we line it, with the red and white case, show me what you like it. It's cigarette from Empire, Holdings Limited. It's cigarette from Empire, Holdings Limited. With over 60 years experience. Hold the best tobacco, best ingredients. Yeah. This is your boy Lou to say, support local, buy your cigarettes from Empire Holdings Limited. 10 cigarettes in a pack for up to $3 retail. Remember, smoking is not for minors.
Beryl, an early hurricane of unprecedented intensity, is fresh in our memory. The International Panel on Climate Change predicts for 2024 and beyond increased severity of weather and hurricanes due to global warming. Be smart, plan ahead. We can take steps ourselves to minimize loss and suffering from these threats. At Lanes, we have the necessary products, flashlights, water tanks, generators, water pumps, and more that you should have to provide you with safety and comfort. Whether building a new or reinforcing existing structures, Lanes can provide both product and specialty consultation advice at our Home Vision department. Protect your family and protect your home. Lanes, 784-456-1411.
Brick by brick, piece by piece, building with technology, helping wealth increase, starting small, building the future. future, doing more every day, doing more together. BOSVG, the bank we count on. BOSVG, our one bank together we're strong. Our nation's bank, standing long and proud. One bank, one voice, ain't it loud? BOSVG. Hey, building our future. Doing more together.
OSBG, doing more together. It's back. Yes, the Instacash game bingo is back. You asked for it, and the NLE is giving it to you. Bingo, where there's a chance to win up to $6,000. There's also the new Instacash game, Hot Numbers, with 5 chances where you can win up to $8,000. Get your bingo and Hot Numbers Instacash games at all Lotto agents. Instacash, where there's no waiting in line. You can win on the spot. Instacash, so easy to play.
This Sunday, everybody's heading to Camden Park.
Why?
What you mean, why? Sunday's Labor Convention. The theme, Labor is working. Forward to our 6th term. The Unity Labor Party will host our 26th National Convention on Sunday at the Camden Park Secondary School. So all constituencies, organize your delegates now. Registration starts at 8:30 a.m. and the open session begins at 9:30. We'll hear from our party officials and a special address from political leader, the one and only world boss, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph E. Gonzalez. In the afternoon, witness the election of key positions, chairman, deputy chairman, political leader, and deputy political leader. Free transportation and food for all constituencies. Form up Labor Army this Sunday, November 24th. We're painting Camden Park red. United, strong, one Labor. March out.
Coming in stronger than ever. 99.9, the heart and soul of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. WEFM, it's SVG.
So yes, we are back in studio of WEFM. I am your host, Augustine Ferdinand, and in studio with me is none other than the good brother and friend, Mr. Michael George. So Michael, let us know the vans for Western George, because I'm quite sure some persons would want to know what they are.
Definitely. The Western George, the van Gus will be moved from Gome, Bele, Welcome, and Fountain. That's Gus, Gome, Welcome, Bele, and Fountain. The van HT 225, it's a grey van that will be moving from Belmont, Fabian Pasture, Fountain, Villa Road, and Isville. That's HT 225, Belmont, Fabian Pasture, Fountain, Villa Road, and Isville. And HA 34, Dorchester Hill, Queens Drive, Cane Hall, Boom Boom. Well, Cane Hall is Boom Boom. So that's HA 34, Dorchester Hill, Queen Drive, and Upper Cane Hall. I also have Central Kingston.
Okay.
Central Kingston, the van for Glenmore Allen, that's HB 769. That will take you from Green Hill and Lord Village. Waterman, 2 vans. One LCM 834. That will take you from Sharps, Kingston Park, and Falls Avenue. His other van is HQ 132. That will also do Lago Heights and Falls Avenue. And Darky van from Lago Heights will do Lago Heights.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So those are the vans that persons can take, delegates persons can take to attend the Unity Labour Party's convention on Sunday, and of course be on the road by 8.
Yes.
In the morning. And again, those of you who are listening, if you have other vans, that you may want to send in, you can use this medium and do so. So we're talking about Labour is working, and it was very evident based on what you heard there that the government is indeed working and delivering on behalf of you, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now, one of the things also, and we heard Leacock talk about rooms and hotels coming through the airs. That's what Leacock said. But again, we're talking about this term, because you the people re-elected the Unity Labour Party to serve again. And in this new term, we see the arrival of JetBlue, Win Air, Sunways, airline, and you also have increased frequency in terms of the flights of Air Canada, Virgin Atlantic, and even American Airlines.
Yes.
You also have the arrival of LEAT 2020.
Correct.
And all this is happening within this term of the government. And don't forget that before this term, the Argyle International Airport was opened in February 14, 2017. And because of the pandemic, we at least had 2 years of lull period. So the airport is still relatively young, but it is delivering significant dividends to the economy and the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to the taxi operators, the tour operators, to the hoteliers, to the entertainers, to the farmers and the like who are supplying to the different establishments in the country. It is creating real dividends.
Let me tell you how important this airport is. I met a good comrade this morning, an ex-police. He's living in Florida. And he said, Mike, well, I just see airline had a deal, and I just booked my flight, come from Florida, straight to St. Vincent.
Yeah.
3 days he'll spend. He'll leave on Sunday.
There are persons I know. And I actually spoke with a friend who told me that she's now in the States. I didn't know she gone. People right now these days just taking up this year. As you say rightly, you know, a good deal.
Yes.
And bam, they gone. You no longer have to spend however long, whether in Barbados or Trinidad or elsewhere. And the cost is very affordable.
Like, you know, I was traveling once to Argentina and had to go to St. Lucia, land at George Charles Airport, had to take a taxi, go down to the international airport. That's $100, eh? And when I'm coming back, same thing. To here and there, $100 back to George Charles. So honestly, yes.
Yeah. And I see Dr. Gitman said the reason they are so frustrated is because they know that Labour will deliver, and that is true. They know that. But I want you to listen to something that the former leader of the NDP, the former Prime Minister and former opposition leader said, because he also saw it. The fact that we have an international airport, St. Vincent is the natural place to be, so people are going to come, and we have more rooms being created for them. But because of that international airport, and because St. Vincent is a natural place to be, never mind comments that mainland St. Vincent or have any tourism products, so to speak. Mr. Eustace said, we will indeed need more rooms. I wanted to take a listen.
All I know, whatever we do, if we want to be able, it is clear that if we want to be able to attract more aircraft here, instruments in the Grenadines, we have to have more rooms.
You hear that? If you want to attract more people, you need to have more what?
More rooms.
But yet the NDP telling us that government shouldn't be partaking in building any hotel.
Yes.
I remember when the same thing, Shakeup said, oh, the government looking to build another hotel in Moncton. The government are not calling with that. Why we taking Moncton and turn it into a place for hotel? Same thing they talk about Holiday Inn.
We're talking about Holiday Inn. Then my good friend Bertrand, so they apologize for the comment.
You ain't going to get that. Like Ninito Bratel, you ain't going to get that. Apology? No. The last thing the last thing I saw from Bart Francois, and it's actually this morning, is basically some post that he made, and this is putting into NDP. NDP Harry Bacchanal going on, and I just don't talk about it a lot. But now you mention his name, he ain't an apology from him. But he said, if we don't stop this public fiasco with what is an internal procedure that is in motion, we will divide our base with wounds that will not heal in time and hand the seat back to them. Well, I don't know if this is about Western George or some other George or what, but NDP always follow Bacchanal. I think we need to rebrand them the Bacchanalia Party.
Bacchanalia, that sounds catchy.
Bacchanalia Party does only happen when leadership is lacking and woeful and lost, you know?
Definitely.
So that's the only thing I hear from Bot. You know, we ask about him. What is their problems? Whoever they choose this and that and terror, they go about to the business, yes? And maybe that's where Likaka to say if no buts now, maybe you have to be deputy prime minister. And you have a man who come in on the scene and telling you that he's more popular than all of them, man. It's a real bacchanal, you know? Yeah. Let them deal with that.
Definitely.
But as you heard Mr. Eustace, he simply said that, look, we have an international airport. And now we have an international airport. To get more people to come, we will need
more rooms.
More rooms.
I know. You know, whatever we do, if we want to be able, it is clear that if we want to be able to attract more aircraft here, instruments and the grenades, we have to have more rooms.
And more rooms indeed. We are having Sandals, Holiday Inn, and come next year, you can look forward to
Marriott,
the construction of Marriott Hotel. Part of the thing, of course, where right now we are engaging in reconstructing and repairing homes and constructing homes, labor supply is quite short.
Yes.
So I know some persons may ask, well, why it takes so long now talking about next year with marathon thing? Remember, we also have the modern parliament and the Hall of Justice to be built as well.
Correct.
Given the severe labor shortage, you can't have all these projects going on at the same time.
You have to wait until
you have to.
And then move the same workers will be moving to the next project.
Exactly. Because we are still dealing with the modern port also. But Bucket Show, as Willie Cox again, if PM Gonzalez is so,
believe him.
You better believe it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, goes to show that labor is working. Another thing that we have to look out for, because there are many reasons why we have to support the Unity Labour Party, and if what's not, maybe it's an alternative. Yeah, no alternative. But I remember even Vakisha, who was the former president of NDP's youth arm, and she wrote a long piece about the NDP. You know, there's always a saying, when you're on the outside looking in is one thing, but when you're on the inside, it's a whole other ball game.
Who in the kitchen feel the heat?
Yeah, and she ended up going inside and She finally realized that, boy, on the outside looking in, maybe I thought NDP was such and such, you know, but they say the Democratic, this, that, and tyranny for young people. But when I go on the inside, they showed me everything opposite to what I thought they were about. The anti-democratic wait. Now it's November. NDP, they gave a date when they had the election yet. Oh, don't look forward to that, too. Yeah, man. Yeah. And they talk about there for young people. Well, yeah. So she had a lot to say about them. And where basically, in summary, what she said, those of you who didn't know you didn't support them in the past, those of you who ain't do something for them currently, and those of you who they know supporting the government, they won't come out and deal with you with a vengeance. That's basically what she said in short.
Mm-hmm.
I could say that because she made the post about it. She can't say I telling any lie. That is what Vacation John said, the former president of the NDP. But even besides that, I don't have to go so far to mention Vacation John. Because the NDP themselves, I remember it had a particular caller. And some of the things the caller mentioned and what they chuckled about told him much about what the NDP really and truly is about. I want you to listen to this. Listen to this very keenly.
Well, you could help, right? Do two things. Call the family at home and ask them to rally behind the NDP and talk to people about to send monies for the NDP.
But Mr. Leacock,
yes, sir.
I told my mom, a strong ULP supporter.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, the next election you vote for the ULP, you will not be getting a cent from me. I told her that. I love my mother dearly.
Yeah.
But I send money for her every single month.
Yes.
And I still have a family here to look after.
Yes.
So I tell her, if she continue voting for the ULP, she will not be getting nothing from me. And I think Vincent who live overseas, they need to start to tell their family back in St. Vincent like that. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that.
I hear you.
This might be shocking to you, diaspora. You have a lot of power. The remittances that you've been sending home, when you calculate the sum total of all of that, it became close to 23% of our gross domestic product. You understand what I'm saying? That is almost a quarter. And what was barely higher than the contribution that you're making is tourism. So you are right up there with the money that we're receiving from tourism. That is the power of the diaspora. Now, if we really want change, and I know you want to change, I can hear the passion. Our people who are suffering, you may now have to practice a little bit of tough love because your dependents at home, yes, you go to them, you send them money whenever they need. But sometimes, if you have a child and that child is disobedient, you need to discipline that child. Pull them back. You understand? So do not freely give a child everything that a child wants and then you go your own way. If you apply the pressure back home and say, listen, this is the direction that I want you to go when you go to the polling station. This is the political party that I want to support. And if they don't do that, hard as it is harsh love, it is tough love. Wet jaw, pull back. It is only when we feel, you know, they say, who feels it, knows it.
So vacation, that is the ingrained belief and philosophy.
Correct.
That's why I say we have no alternative. Those who are full-fledged comrades and supporters of the Unity Labour Party, and Vakisha even went to the extent and say, even those who supported the party before, they mark your face too. You have no choice. Because she said they will come at you with a vengeance. Wait, Nature say? Nature is the vice president of NDP.
Yes.
Tough
love.
Love.
Yes.
If you ain't for me, then you better feel pain and suffer.
Definitely. Tough love.
I didn't make this up. That you hear the voice. I ain't doctor. Nothing is not AI. Nothing. That is simply how they think, how they believe, and how they will operate if you, for some act of being irresponsible, put them there. Tough love. Let me take this call. Greetings, caller. Welcome to Shakeup.
Let me turn this down.
Miss Harrell.
Curiosity has me here a while. I'm looking through some old postcards. In 1920, Kingstown Harbor was nothing but canoes and native canoes and boats pulled up along the shore. Come 2121, that's in 2124, that's now.
Yes.
We're making sure we have our deported pairs and things like that along our seashores. What do you think will be required in 2124?
2124, given the acceleration of technological advancement of man, you might have another cargo pair, possibly more than a pair or two.
You never could tell what we have. I mean, today's world will be completely primitive, like I look at 1920.
Correct. It will be, no doubt about that.
Just wondered what it would look like. Anyhow, I'm gone. We're wasting any 7 o'clock.
All
Y'all
right,
have a good meeting. It's tomorrow, it's Sunday night.
Sunday morning.
No, Sunday night you have something.
Sunday morning we have convention.
Sunday morning?
Yes.
Oh, it's Sunday morning.
Yes, Sunday morning the whole of Cannon Park red. Sunday morning, whole of Cannon Park. Even the channel might come out there, but he might come in a white jersey. But book it through. Yeah, please turn up.
Okay then.
All right then. All right. Yeah, man. Please turn up. Yeah, so that's Sunday. Yes, 8:30. Unity Labour Party's convention. Jalo, you want to mention the events again?
Yes. From Central Kingston, you have the one for Glenmore Allen. And that number is HB 769. And he'll take up comrades from Green Hill and Lord Village. Waterman 2 vans. LCM 834. That will be you moving folks from Redemption Shops, Kingston Park, and Paul's Avenue. His other van, HQ 132, will take people from Kingston Park and Paul's Avenue. Darky will move back folks from Lager Heights. Western George, the Van Gus, will move people from Gomez, Welcome, Belay, and Fountain. HT 225 will move people from Belmont, Fabian Pasture, Fountain Villa Road, and Honnestville. And HA 34 from Dorchester Hill, Queen Drive, and Cane Hall. Those are the vans.
Yes. Thank you very much, Jalo. We have any WhatsApp? Let me see if we have any WhatsApp there. All right. No. Those of you on the live, yes, Dr. Gittins, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, I know you'll be there. You'll of course feel the energy all the way in Jamrock, man. Don't worry about that. Teresa, Bridget, Faye, and others, Angela, others, all those of you who are watching us on the live and those of you who are listening, thank you for tuning in. Sunday, please turn up red at Bethel High School in Cannon Park. Of course, labor is working.
Definitely.
There's no if, buts, no maybe about that. Labor is working.
Working hard for the 6th term.
Amen. Moving forward for a 6th term. And you see, that is what really hotting up the NDP head.
All the time.
I mean, really and truly, it's easy being in opposition for so long, but you know, the fellas just hoping that you hate labor and that alone should count. But like I said, Vacation already told him, hey, this is how these fellas setting up. If you voted for labor, if you supported labor, if you're supporting labor, or if they believe that you're supporting labor, or if they ask you for something and you ain't do it for them, well, they will
come for you.
Come for you.
Definitely.
With a vengeance. And you heard Nigel and them, and Leacock and them in their own voice.
Yes.
If you're not for them, you better experience what? Tough love, suffering, and pain. So, you have no other choice but to continue to support the Unity Labour Party, because the Unity Labour Party is the only way forward for St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Indeed.
That is just a fact. The only way. The Unity Labour Party is working. Labour is working. And also, very important, is that we are on the right track.
Definitely.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines is on the right track, despite the challenges. I mean, over $800 million in loss and damage. Yes. We already repaired or repairing over 2,000 homes, and we have more to do. We are giving out food support. Posters right now in West St. George going at this spot to collect the boxes. You have income support.
Yes. You
have over 2,000 tuition scholarships this year. You had 1,300 tuition scholarships last year. You have over 104 national scholarships. You have kidney dialysis, MRI services, oncology services. You have extra services at the different polyclinics. Definitely. Labour is indeed working.
Yes.
You have a lot of young people working at Sandals. You have those working at Clare Harbour. You have those now working at Holiday Inn Express. You have those working in Annesville commercial business area. Labour is working. Okay. And that is why, comrades, on Sunday, we come out in our numbers as delegates. We come out and turn Camden Park red. All right?
Definitely.
Richie, I want to thank you for the technical assistance. Charlie, any last words?
Just to encourage people to come out to Sunday's convention and let's paint Camden Park red.
Yeah, man. We have a nice time. And indeed, remember, 8 o'clock on the road. Those who are further up, you will have to be on the road a bit earlier. Check in with your constituency chairman, check in with your reps, and let us all meet as a family on Sunday morning. Thank you. Stay blessed.
God bless.
Take care.